Hello and welcome to Reviews of Ryan, and today on the channel I'm going to be talking about the brand new crime drama film, The Outfit. This film was directed by Graham Moore, and this is his directorial debut. And real quick before we dive into my review, if you like movie reviews and Blu-ray hauls, you're in the right spot. Hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, and comment below what are your thoughts on the brand new film, The Outfit. An expert tailor must outwit a group of mobsters in order to survive a fateful night. The film stars Mark Rylance, Dylan O'Brien, Johnny Flynn, Zoe Deutsch, and Simon Russell Beale. So The Outfit really wasn't a film that I really had high expectations for. I watched the trailer once and I was like, okay, this could be a decent film. And it's honestly been a really long time since I've seen a really decent mobster film. This film in particular takes place in one central location at this tailor shop. It is located in Chicago and it is in a bad part of the city. You have the tailor named Mark Rylance, he runs the shop. You have Zoe Deutsch. She is his secretary. You have Dylan O'Brien. He is Zoe Deutsch's boyfriend in this. You have Simon Russell Beale. He is the father of Dylan O'Brien. And you have Johnny Flynn, who is with Dylan O'Brien as his sidekick partner. And it really centralizes on this group called The Outfit. And you really learn a little bit about this particular group, and you learn about the crime in the city. You learn about Mark Rylance's backstory and how he got to this tailor shop, and everything unfolds in this tailor shop. It is a slow burn kind of film. There isn't a ton of action, but when the action hits, it hits in the perfect spots of this film. I really like the mystery that unfolded with this. I would compare it a little bit into the genre of Knives Out, but not as good as Knives Out. But I really think that they do a decent job of having this mystery and kind of having the audience guess as to what is going on. Now, because there isn't a lot of characters in this film, it is a little bit easier to kind of figure out who kind of played a part in this mystery crime that has gone down. That was probably one downside of the film. However, the tailor in this and what role he plays, I really thought that he played his role phenomenal. I thought he was the best character in this. And because this is a slower burn film, you do get a lot of development with a lot of these characters. And I really do appreciate that. I like a film that can really develop its characters and make you feel something for these characters. And some of these characters, there's a little bit of mystery to them. And I like that they kind of reveal it slowly throughout the film. I also felt that the film wasn't too long. I think that it's the perfect length. It was an hour and 45 minutes. I think if it was any longer, I think it would have been too much. Even though it's a slow burn film, I didn't feel like I felt the runtime in this. I felt that they definitely did a really good job of just keeping this film together. It never felt that it went off the rails. As far as the score in this film, it's kind of relaxing kind of score. It is kind of jazzy kind of music. I want to say this takes place in the 1950s, but I'm not for certain as to the time period of this film, but it feels like that kind of vibe in this film. And as far as negatives in this film goes, I guess I could say that they could have maybe gone outside the tailor shop and maybe explored a little bit more what these mobsters are going through and maybe develop the story maybe a little bit more outside the tailor shop. And then also I would have liked them to have a little bit more action with the mobsters and maybe develop the mobster groups a little bit more, because there were a couple groups that I really wanted to see more from and kind of see their involvement. Towards the end of the film, you have a particular group that is involved in the film, and I really wanted a little bit more of their backstory and how they were involved. It's a little bit simplistic for my taste, but what is on screen for these groups, it is enough you get out of it, but I just wish that we had a little bit more development with those particular groups in the film. I don't know if this is a prequel film, but it really feels like a prequel film to something kind of greater that they're trying to do, but I don't know for certain if that is something that they're trying to do in this or if this is a standalone film. If it is a standalone film, then so be it. But I really thought that this film, for what it was in the central location, it does a pretty good job of keeping the story together. And I think that if you are going to see this movie, just know it is a slower burn film. It has a little mystery to it, has some crime involved with it, doesn't have a ton of action, but it's going to entertain you enough and you're going to be at least somewhat intrigued with the story on this. I'm going to give a score of this film a 3.5 out of 5. I think it's a pretty solid film. Now, I was speaking with my friend about this film, and even though I'm giving it a score of 3.5 out of 5, as far as rewatchability, I probably would watch it one more time. I don't really think it's a film that I would actually go out and buy, but I think for what it is and what the film is trying to accomplish, I think that it does a pretty good job in accomplishing the whole story as a whole. And it entertained me enough, and I think that if you guys are going to check this out, or if you're on the fence of checking this out, I think you should give it a chance. I think it is worth your time. I think it is a film that you can appreciate the character development and appreciate the elements that it brings, and at least it has that mystery aspect that makes you wonder what is going to happen next. And it may have a little bit of predictability with it, but even though it has that predictability with it, you're getting really good character development, and you definitely can root for a few of these characters in this. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I'll see you guys on my next one.